Y'all, Drake is pissed. This man is not making no money right now. Allegedly, that's what I'm hearing. I know for one thing, I done went to his website and the stuff they used to sell out ain't selling out no more. And his music streams, I don't know if anybody listening to his music. I feel like most people are afraid to listen to his music in public just out of fear of being shamed for listening to him. We're about to react to the information that people have dug up in regards to this lawsuit that Drake is putting out against Kendrick, UMG, and Spotify. This is about to be good. Let's watch.
I just want to go on the record to say I didn't lose. You guys cheated, right? That is roughly what Drake just alleged in a new court filing accusing Universal Music Group and Spotify of scheming to artificially inflate streams of Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. Which when I first saw this news, I was like, that was your problem with the song, Drake? Did you listen to the lyrics of what he said about you? Right, and with this news, it's not surprising that something's happening. Obviously, Drake was not going to be a fan of that song. Right? It's got to be a very weird, unique thing to be in a beef with someone. They sing song that you're a certified pedophile, and they get rewarded with a #1 spot on the Billboard charts and get nominated for Song of the Year at the Grammys. But now what we're seeing is Drake's team saying that this success is the result of a big conspiracy, and accusing UMG of violating the RICO statute that's often used in organized crime cases. So with that, you have outlets saying that this specific legal action, it is a bit surprising because both Drake and Kendrick's music is distributed under the Universal Music Group umbrella. And so far, what we're seeing is that UMG is denying the claims here, saying no amount of contrived and absurd legal arguments in this pre-action submission can mask the fact that fans choose the music they want to hear. Or in other words, saying, it's not our fault that the general public really liked the song that just read you to filth and attacked absolutely every element of your being.
This is how you know this man is butthurt right now, because that had to be the most honest response they could have possibly given. They could have said anything that made it look like they were not the bad guys, but no, they went with, yeah, it's not our fault that the fans choose the songs and artists that they wanted to listen to.
Nah, Drake is shooting another lawsuit towards Kendrick because Kendrick called him a certified ped in his song. In his new filing, he states that Universal Music Group was pushing the false allegations of him being a certified diddler by sending money to iHeartRadio so they could keep on blasting the song. Oh my God. Oh, she real fine. Ignore that. But then he also states that not only they knew about the cover art where it showed Drake's house with a whole bunch of red dots like in the registry, stated that they knew about the lyrics and saying that since him and Kendrick are both under that, label, how could they allow such defamation to go on him and be pushed? Because not only is ruining his character and business, it's costing him and the label money, which pushes into his ideology that this was them purposely trying to sink him. You got DJs and people on social media saying Drake got to hold his L because he started it by saying that Kendrick be giving his wife the beats. Regardless, do you guys think that Drake is wrong for suing for defamation because Kendrick called him that? Or do you guys think that he's in the right place because he's been facing, some backlash or etc. since that situation has transpired? I'm about to go in this place and eat because
I just find it funny that this rap beef is destroying this artist's reputation and career, just like many other rap beefs have before. But this time, instead of the artist taking the L, he wanted to point the fingers outwards so that something can be done about it, so that he can get back to his usual money-making, clout-chasing lifestyle that he's accustomed to. Oh man, I didn't even mean to say clout-chasing. That just came out of nowhere.
This has been released as proof that Drake purchased bot streams for Hotline Bling in 2016. Pause to read if necessary. Take your time. 45 minutes after this was posted, his team got it taken down off the Internet Archive. I don't know what snitchy Drake thought was going to happen when he did this, but it's just going to expose all the stuff that he's been doing behind the scenes. He's suing because he thinks that UMG did the same thing for Kendrick that they've been doing for him for years.
I swear for God, Drake better not be a dang-on perpetrator of the same allegations that he's trying to place on others.
I think Kendrick was prepared for this. I think Kendrick knew that Drake was going to put out this lawsuit once he dropped his album. Stay with me. We all been making the theory that Kendrick Lamar has a second album coming. I think the fact that there's 2 G and X's in this photo shows that. Not to mention, if you look right here, this says G and X CD1. CD1. My theory is Kendrick knew Drake was gonna try to steal the momentum from him by putting this lawsuit out there. So he put out a Pump Fake album and is preparing to drop this one to steal the momentum back. Favorite this video just in case I'm right so y'all can come back to this and say I wasn't crazy, because I don't know, this just makes sense to me, bruh.
Okay, I like this young man's theory. I will have his page, his TikTok page linked down below so y'all can go check him out for yourselves. But yo, real quick, side note, the GNX, the Grand National, is my dream old school car. 87 specifically. That's my birth year. That's the year I was born. I want that car. Probably never get it. I will settle for an 87 Monte Carlo. They look about the same.
Drake is taking legal action regarding the Kendrick Lamar beef, and I got my hands on the petition. Drake is taking legal action regarding the Kendrick Lamar beef, and I got my hands on the petition that his attorneys filed in Manhattan court today, and it is juicy, so let's get into it. Drake claims that the only reason that Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us got as big as it did is because Universal Music Group and Spotify conspired against him. And to cover up its tracks, Universal Music allegedly fired employees that were associated with or perceived to have loyalty to Drake. According to court documents, when the song was released back in May of 2024, Universal Music and Spotify entered into an illegal scheme that included bots, paying radio stations to play the song, aka payola, which is prohibited by the FCC, and other shady methods to blow up the song. They say, quote, deceiving consumers to believe that the song was more popular than it was. Drake's attorneys claim that a whistleblower publicly went on a podcast and announced that he was paid via a third party by Kendrick Lamar's label about $2,500 so that he could use bots to get the song to hit 30 million streams within the first week. And then again, they did the same thing for the music video. Now, they don't name any other streaming service in the petition, but they do say that Universal Music used similar tactics on Apple. Basically, what would happen is you would ask Siri to play Certified Lover Boy, and she would play Not Like Us. In the petition, Drake's attorneys write, UMG did not rely on chance or even ordinary business practices. It instead launched a campaign to manipulate and saturate the streaming services and airwaves. To give y'all some context, Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us has held the #1 spot on Billboard's Hot Rap Songs chart for 21 consecutive weeks, which set a record for the longest running #1 rap song. According to court documents, Drake tried to talk to Universal Music, quote, to resolve the ongoing harm that he has suffered, but they wouldn't engage in negotiations. One thing that has stood out to me is that Drake filed this lawsuit through his company Frozen Moments. Now, I've heard of Young Money and OVO, but not Frozen Moments, and probably neither have you. I did some digging and found out that this company has been around since the start of his career and became an LLC in 2009, and Drake is the sole owner. The company is also the copyright holder of all of Drake's music and music videos. This company is really behind the scenes. It's filing for trademarks. It's also going after fake Drake, OVO, and 40 websites. But because the company holds the rights to Drake's music, his attorneys are claiming that the company has suffered financial loss as a result of UMG and Spotify allegedly boosting up Not Like Us. Another thing that stands out is just a couple of years ago, Drake entered into one of the biggest deals in music history with Universal Music Group that the industry was calling a LeBron-sized deal. It was an expansive, multifaceted deal with a company that encompassed recordings, publishing, merchandise, and visual media projects. It's important to note this is not a full lawsuit, but a way that they can gather information to start building their case and also get the court to order Universal Music to not delete any communications, such as email, wire transfers, etc. But they've also stated that once they gather that information, they are gearing up to file a civil fraud and racketeering case against Universal Music Group and any co-conspirators. And on the last page of this petition, Drake's signature.
Damn, R.B. Drake Graham. Should we start feeling sorry for Drake? Because this is way worse than I realized. I had no idea. This man is hurting right now. He might have to go underground for a while and just chill out and just leave the music industry alone, because things is not looking too good for him right now.
We finally get the truth. There's two things in this lawsuit that nobody's talking about. The lawsuit admits that Drake is losing a considerable amount of money. In fact, he's not making anywhere near the same amount he was making before the beef. On top of that, the lawsuit admits that Drake is hurting in streams. Just like I've been telling y'all. Y'all been talking about Drake's the most streamed artist. No, those are from old pop songs. In reality, he's hurting stream-wise. That's the main reason he's deciding to sue. His money's down and his career is down. Kendrick ruined his career. This reference in the Squabble Up video ain't as simple as you think. It's actually in reference to Gangster Ministries. Its goal is to slow down community violence and to attack important social issues in California. Pastor Worthy is a licensed minister who's helped hundreds in the Crenshaw area. Kendrick Lamar is using this platform to shine light on things that really matter, things that make a difference in the community and help people. This is why it's so important for people who love Kendrick Lamar to get behind him. This is why I enjoy talking about Kendrick Lamar and pushing out Kendrick Lamar content on my page. Because him being the biggest rapper in the world is a great thing for our culture and a great thing for our country.
Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. We clearly are in a day and age, or approaching a day and age, where the good guy wins.
Some of you may know Kendrick Lamar just dropped a surprise album today called GNX. Now, we're not going to sit here and dissect all things that might be disses, might not be disses. Instead, I'm going to tell you about one diabolical low-key diss that Kendrick just did. You see, in Kendrick Lamar's album that he just released, listen to this closely, he has a song called The Heart Part 6. But that's a problem, because Drake released a song called The Heart Part 6. Now, let's go back a little further, but what do we have so far? Kendrick released The Heart Part 6. Drake before him released The Heart Part 6. But before Drake, Kendrick released something called The Heart Part 5. In fact, Kendrick Lamar also has a The Heart Part 4, 3, 2, and 1. I don't know why I didn't say 1, 2, 3, 4, but anyway, this is Kendrick Lamar's thing. And most rappers have a thing, and their thing is sacred. For instance, Drake's thing is his AM/PM series that he's done throughout his whole career. Now, you don't take a rapper's thing. Them's fighting moves. For instance, when Young Thug said, "I'm gonna call my next album The Carter 6," Lil Wayne's thing is The Carter. Lil Wayne said, "Don't do that." And since Young Thug's quite unique, he responded by saying, "And what you gonna do about it? I love your music, and I'm a huge fan." Lil Wayne said, "Are you dissing me?" Let me stop getting distracted. I explained this beef in a YouTube video, but anyway, Drake took Kendrick's thing, huge, but Kendrick Lamar came out with a diss song first called 616 in LA. Does that look familiar? Remember, that's Drake's thing. That's all about the tie-in right here. Drake decided, my revenge is gonna be to take your thing then, Kendrick. But remember, Kendrick is a diabolical supervillain. Kendrick said, "What are you talking about?" Drake said, "The Heart Part 6, I'm taking your series." Kendrick said, "I don't agree." Drake said, "No, that don't make sense." Kendrick said, "Sure it does. I'll just make a song called The Heart Part 6. Drake said, "No, I made a song called The Heart Part 6. Kendrick said, "I don't agree." Basically saying Kendrick just didn't acknowledge Drake's diss track, to the point where in Kendrick's version, listen closely, he don't even talk about Drake. He's just continuing his series as normal, as if nothing happened. Now to all my OCD folks, I ain't forget about you. Drake had a problem. All right, see you.
Shout out to this creator as well. If you want a quick synopsis of anything related to pop culture, this man, he has the information and he does a great job at telling it. But anyway, y'all leave y'all thoughts, comments, and opinions down below, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. See you.